Welcome, everybody, to Hot Takes here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I'm your host, Keith Gibson. We've got a great show lined up for you today. We welcome in from Midwest Farm and Land Company, Rodney Hawkins, to talk property, we talk real estate, and we talk Cardinal baseball with him. And then we're going to welcome in from Rockford, Illinois, singer-songwriter Miss Lola Blu. She is a great young lady and very talented, and I can't wait to talk to her here a little bit later in the show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back, and we'll welcome in our first guest of the day, Mr. Rodney Hawkins from Midwest Farm and Land Company. You're watching Hot Takes from Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Are you looking for your dream property? If so, I can help. My name is Rodney Hawkins, and I am a land specialist with Midwest Farm and Land. We specialize in farmland and recreational ground, but don't let the name fool you because we sell houses too. With over 50 million sold in 2021, we are not your average real estate company. We have agents all over Illinois to help you with your buying and selling needs. We are truly a local company with a national reach. Give me a call and I'd be happy to talk to you about what we have to offer. Rodney Hawkins, Land Specialist, Midwest Farm and Land Company, 618-925-3153.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hot Takes. Keith Gibson here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. And with me at this time is my guest. He's a man who can sell you property all over the country. He's a man who can be my broadcast partner for a baseball game if need be. And he's one of my good friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Rodney Hawkins from Midwest Farm and Land. Rodney, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, Keith. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I am good. Thanks for joining us here on Hot Takes. Let's talk about a little bit what you do on a daily basis. You are a busy, busy man. You have property all over, whether it's acreage, whether it's homes, whether it's stuff. What does Midwest Farm and Land, what do you do as a broker?
Okay. Midwest Farm and Land is a brokerage real estate company that basically serves the whole state of Illinois, whether it be land, tillable, recreation, whether it be homes with land or just residential or commercial. Again, we have agents all over the state of Illinois. We're primarily Springfield South, but we can do anything up north as well. So if you're an agent on here that's listening to this and you're looking for a different agency to come to, give me a call or get a hold of Keith and he can give you my number and stuff and we can talk, because we are looking for more agents.
That's awesome.
Because like I said, we want more coverage over the whole state. Midwest Farm and Land's been in business since about the middle of 2019. The owner, Brandon Schwartzlander, he'd been in real estate for about 7 years before that with a different land company. Was very successful. Got tired of paying the middleman and went out on his own.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, and this is where we're at today. We have about 20 brokers, both in the land side and residential side. So that's a good mixture, because everybody can sell whatever they want to, but we have specialties. Not special agents. Some agents specialize in just the real estate. We're not special agent Tim McGee on NCIS but yeah, we have different agents that have their specialties, which is a plus, because if one agent has something they're not comfortable in, you can go, say, hey, can you help me with this? Yeah. But the real estate market is been all over the place since COVID. It's just nuts.
It's nuts. It's nuts, isn't it? Now you stay busy though. I mean, I know you've had a home up here. I've seen you up here in Central Illinois, up in Monticello here. You've got a home for sale here right now, as well. Helping some friends out, and you've got land. What have you seen kind of the trend though of what people are looking for? Are they looking for land and looking to build, or are they looking to, flip houses? What kind of are you kind of seeing right now?
Well, as far as land goes, we have investors that are always going to buy land. So I have several of those. I have people that do want the 20 acres or the 5 acres or the 10 acres to build a home on. So it's just really, like I said, it's all over the place right now. You would think with a little bit higher interest rates that we're hitting, people would back off, but people still need a place to live. And with what's happened since COVID, you can't rent anything anymore. I mean, rent in Florida, Keith, you grew up in Florida, probably rent when you lived in Florida was $300 a month. It's $800-900 a month. That's a house payment.
Yeah, it is. Well, Rodney, it's the same way up here. I look at and see, homes for rent, or a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home for rent. They're wanting $1,600-1,700 a month, and I just kind of shake my head, and they want first month and last month rent, of course, and a deposit. So you look at somebody who's wanting to rent something like that right now, you're looking over $5,000 just to rent a home to get in it,
and that doesn't include your utility deposits.
Right, exactly, and it blows my mind when I look at that, and when I see that and I see people wanting to rent, I always ask the question: why are you renting when you have to put that money up front and not buy? Because if you're buying, in my thought process, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, you can put that as a down payment and maybe even have a less mortgage payment than you would be renting.
That's true. And I mean, $1,800-1,900 a month rent, that's more than my house payment.
Right, mine too.
10 acres with a new house built in 2018.
Right.
I mean,
isn't that crazy?
I don't know how people can do that. And you're just throwing it away. You're not investing in the future. I mean,
right.
we see people buying things, then sell them 2 or 3 years later, which, I mean, I know there's circumstances where people have to do that, where there's a job change or a divorce or something that, like that. But you don't have any equity built up in 2 or 3 years. So
right.
That's one reason people rent, because, they don't know what they're going to do. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if you're in the long term, right now, renting is not a good thing to do. Like I said, you can buy a home and get into it cheaper than you can pay rent.
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's all over the state of Illinois, and probably right now all over the United States. This market is just still, if there's a good quality property, whether it be a home or a piece of ground that comes on the market that's priced right, it's gone. And quickly. I've seen them gone in 2 hours.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit of land. Let's talk about a little bit of land, Rodney. A lot of guys look for land. I know a lot of guys up here like to go to Southern Illinois, back home in the Clay County area, and look for that good hunting land. When that land comes up, it probably goes just as quick as residential and commercial property, doesn't it?
It can, like I said, it's got to be priced right. And if it does, shoot, yeah. And the thing about it, every one of us agents, we have a list of clients that are looking. So as soon as I get a piece of ground that comes on the market, or I see a piece of ground that comes on with another agency, I'm calling my client and saying, hey, you know what, we need to look at this. We're going to have to look quick, and you're going to have to pick, you're going to have to decide quick. And that's the way it is. Now, I will say this, recreational ground over the last 10 years has really taken off. Used to, you might be able to buy recreational ground for, $1,500 an acre. Now you're pushing 32 to 5, just depending on where it's at, what it has, and if it's had any deer management done or anything like that for it.
Wow. So it's more than doubled then.
Yeah, it's more than double. If you don't have it, if you got a good 40 acres that doesn't flood, you're in that $32,000 to $5,000 range, and you go out, put a couple deer stands on it, put some plots in it, manage it, build some trails through it, get rid of, make some bedding areas. You're pushing at 45 to 5, which is unheard of, and COVID helped with all that too, because when COVID was going on, everybody was leaving the big cities to get away, so people was coming down buying whatever they could buy and putting a camper on it or something in their weekend retreats, just because they wanted out of the city. And I say, we had buyers from Chicago. We had a lot of buyers from Chicago.
That's crazy.
Just getting down there, they might be stacked upon their neighbors in Chicago, but down here, you might have 40 acres and nobody around you. So
that's why we love Southern Illinois, right?
That's why we love Southern Illinois.
That's right. We're used to that. We're used to that down there. Those guys up in the big city aren't used to that.
Yeah. And then, a lot of people have taken up deer hunting that didn't used to deer hunt. And In this area, the Clay, Wayne, Jefferson, Marion area, we have some big deer, and
Yes, we
so
do.
we have a lot of buyers. We have a lot of clients from over around St. Louis that's coming over because it's only about an hour and a half for them to get over here. They're buying ground. We have a lot of people coming up from Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, because their deer down there aren't near as big as what we have. I mean,
Right.
they're big deer down there. We don't shoot them here, you know. So they come up here, buy ground, and invest in the area. Is it a good thing? Yeah. Is it a bad thing? Can be, but you know, it is what it is. So,
Right.
you know, we take what we can get.
Now, not only are you a broker for Midwest Farm and Land, but you're also a big baseball fan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you root for that team out of St. Louis. You know, that team. But yeah, you know, are you enjoying the baseball season so far?
You know what? I'm a fan. I enjoy baseball. Yeah, my Cardinals aren't doing so well right now, but
I know, that's why I mentioned it.
yeah, you know, yeah, your Cubs are probably just a little bit higher in the standings, but we'll see what happens by the end of the year.
It's early, Rodney. It's early.
You know, the old joke used to be is the Cubs out of it yet? It's only the end of April, but you know, that's changed over the last few years.
It's not June yet. We'll wait till that June swoon. It'll come. It'll come.
Yeah. But I think the Cardinals are too talented. I think they have the lineup. Everybody's complaining about their pitching. Well, if you go back and look, a lot of pitchers struggled that first 3 or 4 weeks of April, first of the season. But when you have the lineup the Cardinals have, and they're just eking out 4, 5, 6 hits, that's where the problem's at right now. It's not the pitching. The pitching's kind of coming around. Yeah.
I expect the old Redbirds to be atop the division by the end and when it's all said and done, because you're right, that offense is just it's potent, very, very potent. And you add Jordan Walker to that lineup, and who's a phenomenal rookie, and you got Goldie and Arenado, and you look at Gorman and these guys, and yeah, that lineup top to bottom is probably the most well-rounded and stacked lineup in all the National League. Even better than the Dodgers, I think. So. Yeah, you get the pitching and everybody click. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, and you know, I had mixed feelings. I mean, I'm a big Wainwright fan, big. I had mixed feelings about him coming back and taking a roster spot this year. But you know, with him right now, I think he needs to come back and see what he's got to kind of shore up that pitching rotation. Maybe he can throw, maybe he can't. You know what? I was watching. You know, his velocity's dropped into the 80s, but it's not about velocity; it's about where you place the ball. And when his curveball's on, it's unhittable.
You're exactly right. I'm a big Waino fan, and what he did on opening day was still pretty cool. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. For a guy to sing the national anthem, and you know, this is his swan song though. So, for everything he's accomplished, he'll always be a great player. And I think he's a genuine good person as well.
Yeah, I do too. And he kept that hidden from his teammates. Nobody knew that he was going to sing national.
That's what made it the best. That's what made it the best thing in the world. So
a lot of people don't.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
I said a lot of people don't know this about Wainwright, but on 9/11, he was the day before 9/11 happened. He was in New York and supposed to be in the Twin Towers the next day.
I did not know that.
His meeting got canceled. Look that up and read about that. That's pretty.
That's pretty crazy. I will have to do that. Yeah. All right. So what's on the horizon for you coming up as far as work goes? Are you staying busy? I know you travel quite a bit with MFL too and go into different properties and things. Tell people how they can get a hold of it if they want to sell some property or they want to sell their home. What's the best number to contact you at?
My phone number is 618-925-3153, or you can go on my Facebook page, Rodney Hawkins Broker, Midwest Farm and Land. You can contact me through there. But the best thing is my phone number. So that's 618-925-3153.
And I want to thank you, my friend, because you are a big supporter of the station, and we appreciate you. So get out there and support Rodney as well. Great person, great company, and they do work hard. They have agents all over. And Rodney, we always appreciate when we can come on and talk to you. I know we didn't get to do a baseball game this spring. I've been a little busy.
Yeah.
Getting things done, but hey, we'll catch up and we'll do that soon. Sound like a plan?
Sound like a plan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Rodney Hawkins, Midwest Farm and Land. We're going to take a quick break here on Hot Takes and come back on Clubhouse Lounge Radio in just a moment.
Kester Homes is your full-service real estate team. They work all of Champaign County and a full 60-mile radius around. What really sets Kyle, Tiffany, and their team apart is they work with home buyers, home sellers, and build new construction homes. So they really are seeing all angles of the real estate industry, from existing homes, investment properties, and new construction. Contact Kester Homes at 217-390-5953 or visit online at kesterhomes.com. That's KOESTER homes.com. Kester Homes is a licensed real estate broker with the Keller Williams Real Estate Center of Illinois.
Welcome back to Hot Takes. Keith Gibson here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio, and I have a special guest with me, our musical guest of the week, Miss Lola Blu from up in the Rockford area. And Miss Lola is an aspiring artist and has a new song out as well. And we're going to get to know her here on Hot Takes. Miss Lola, how are you? And welcome to Hot Takes. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So you are doing some big things. You have a new single out. Let's tell everybody about that.
My new song is called Better Believe. My dad started writing it a couple years ago when I was younger. He was messing around with just guitar and garage band and all that. And I thought it was the coolest thing that my dad had wrote a song. So starting in my music career, I thought, what better to just take something that's already started, especially something that means so much to my family, and finish it. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And where can they find that at? Is it on all music platforms, Spotify and all that?
Yep. All music streaming platforms. Pretty much you just look up Lola Blu. It's Better Believe. So, yeah, you can find it anywhere.
Awesome. How'd you get started in music? You said your dad was messing around a garage band and doing that. Is that kind of what gave you the inspiration to kind of get started in music?
Well, I actually, so it's kind of a long-ish story. So 10 years ago, I started doing theater as a little girl. My parents said I was very dramatic, so they said I needed to, take it out somewhere. So I started that musical theater. I've always loved being on stage. I tried talent shows, and I was in piano lessons when I was like 13 for a couple years. And then I went away to college to actually study marine biology. I was having kind of a tough time there, just being away from, it was down in Florida, so I was away from a lot of people, a lot of my friends, all my family. And I had brought one of my dad's guitars with me just to mess around. I never even knew how to play guitar. I tried lessons, but didn't really like it. And so I just started kind of looking up how to play guitar, taught myself. I came back home and I just posted a video of me singing a cover of a song, and kind of just went from there. I had a lot of friends and family be like, oh my gosh, you need to just keep doing this, and started reaching out to local bars, restaurants, venues, just seeing if I could play at their place and sing to their patrons. And yeah, it's just kind of gone up from there.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Now you are a genre of kind of country rock. Am I right on that?
Yeah, I love all sorts of music. It's kind of, I do a lot of covers for country music, but I try to keep everybody happy. So with my band, I do a lot of classic rock, alternative. I love bluegrass, so I try to get a little old country bluegrass stuff, red dirt. My writing style, just because I've had a lot of influences growing up, I would probably put it more under like the alternative country.
Okay.
So, pretty much everything.
What are you working on right now, though?
I'm working on a couple songs. I've got one that I'm going to start recording in the next month, hopefully be out probably, I'm hoping July. So that'll be awesome. Also, planning on releasing a full album by September. So
look at you. That's a lot of work putting in. I mean, that's a lot of studio time too. That's a lot of work putting in, a lot of writing. Now you love to write. I take it.
I do. I struggle with it a little, as every writer does, but I have a lot of time to just sit down and really write. So I'm very thankful for having that opportunity to just have free time. Yeah.
Do you find it easy to write about? Because I do. I love to write. I love to just kind of helps me release emotions. Is that kind of how
Yeah.
you do too? When you got something going on or something kind of clicks, you go, I gotta write this down. And then it kind of flows from there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, my notes in my phone is just full of random lyrics. And if I'm really struggling to write that day, I'll just look at one of those just random lyrics, take it and be like, okay, what was I really feeling at this moment? And try to make it into a whole thing.
Now, where you've played locally around the Rockford area, have you kind of gotten out a little bit farther from your area there and kind of I don't want to say spread your wings, but have you spread your wings a little bit too?
A little bit, yeah. I actually had made some friends on social media that actually play down in Nashville on the Broadway. So I did get an opportunity, and I will forever thank them. I got that opportunity to get up there in Nashville at some really big bars to sing with them. Also, I am opening up for Tanner Usry in Little Rock, Arkansas. And then, so that's May. I have to look, but that's in May. And then also in May, I'm opening up for Trey Lewis in Missouri. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, you're spreading your wings a little bit there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you got time to write, and you're producing songs, and you're in studio. You are a busy young lady.
Yes, I try to keep it all, but you know, just trying to do what I love. It's what makes me happy. So I
I
have no
hear
problem being busy.
you. I hear you. That's the same way. That's why I do this each and every week.
Yeah.
As for that same reason, because I love doing it. Besides music, though, what are things you enjoy? What are things outside of music that you sound like, for what you've said, is you're a lot like me. Family is very important to you, and your friends are very important to you. With music keeping you so busy, do you get a lot of time to spend with them?
Yeah, I would say so. I've got a little sister who's going to college soon this year, so try to spend some time with her. I have my boyfriend who's very, very supportive of everything I do. He does a lot for me, so I spend a lot of time with them. I get time to sit down at least once a week and eat dinner with my family, which is amazing. But yeah, yeah, family is super important to me. Friends, I get to see my friends almost every weekend. They're also very supportive. They come out to my shows, my gigs. So it's awesome.
That is amazing, and I've listened to Better Believe, and you should too. Make sure you check it out on all the streaming platforms, and listen to Lola Blu's new single. I cannot wait to hear what else you have in store. I love to write. I can tell that you're a very inspirational person as well, and when something hits you, it's going to be good. Miss Lola Blue, where can everybody find your music or find merch? If you have merch, I'm sure you have merch.
I
Where can
do.
they find it at?
LolaBluemusic.com. You can
Perfect.
pretty much find all my stuff there.
And that's
Uh,
LOLABLU music.com, right?
Correct. Yes.
Awesome.
Otherwise, I'm on all social medias.
Okay, well,
Same. Yep.
yeah. Follow her on social media, folks. Make sure you go and pick up some merch. Listen to her new song, Better Believe. Miss Lola Blue is up and coming, and she is going to be something great. And especially if she can get into Nashville and just get that one little break, I think you'll be all right, Miss Lola Blue.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back and close the show here in Hot Takes. Bees Trees, your local ISA certified arborist with over 10 years experience, specializing in tree removal, tree trimming, and with free estimates. Call Greg Miller of Bees Trees today at 217-260-4551. Well, that wraps up another episode of Hot Takes here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I want to thank our guest today, Rodney Hawkins from Midwest Farm and Land Company, and Miss Lola Blu, singer-songwriter from Rockford, Illinois. We appreciate them taking time out of their schedules to join us here on the show. We'll have some more great Hot Takes shows and episodes coming up soon. including one with Jim Fox from Golden Fox Brewery over in Decatur and some other great musical guests. So make sure you like, share, and follow on Facebook. And don't forget, Summer Shakedown Music Fest coming up July 22nd. Limited tickets still available. $20 gets you an all-day pass. Have to have a ticket to get in the door. So make sure you get your ticket today and don't wait around until they're sold out. So for Clubhouse Lounge Radio, I am your host, Keith Gibson, here on Hot Takes. We will see you next time. Have a great week, everybody.
Fire in the hole!